What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And good morning. Welcome to Right Body for You. I am Donnielle. I am your host, and I am freaking snow covered. It's been snowing for over a week nonstop. You know, you get what you asked for, and when I moved to Utah 2 years, 3 years, something like that, a couple years ago, I moved from Houston, and, you know, in Houston, well, we didn't have snow, right? We had, you know, thunder and lightning and hurricanes, but not really snow. And so when I moved back to Utah, I'm like, oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun to have some snow. And then the first year I was home, I missed all the snow. I was out of the country. And then last year, the times I were home, it was the most mild winter in like 50 years or whatever. So, you know, I'm home for 30 days in December, and what do I get? 30 days of snow. So let this be a warning to you, kiddies. Be aware of what you're asking for, because you just might get not as you expected or in the time you expected, but yeah, you often actually get what you ask for. All right, so welcome to Right Body for You. You know, it's a different type of show. We can be slightly irreverent. We can be sometimes deep, serious, thought-provoking. Sometimes we can be laugh-filled. Sometimes we can be stumped, like, huh. And sometimes all of it in the same moment. We are all that talented. You know, and for me, this is one of my favorite hours of the week, is to come here and play with you guys and discuss the world that your body contributes to and that you contribute to, and the world that you create and the energy that is all around us. You know, I have been around radio shows that deal with the body majority of my life. My mom did a health talk radio show for 27 years, and so every Saturday there were always amazing, amazing people talking about bodies and how to change them, how to heal them, what was wrong with them, and things like that. And, you know, I still find it funny that I do a show called Right Body for You, and I know my mother, who, you know, passed away 3 years ago tomorrow, laughs from heaven when she goes, you're doing a show on bodies, you're doing a show on bodies. Yeah, and also it's a little bit more than bodies, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but your body and your life have a distinct correlation. You know, for me, when I first started taking Right Body for You and Access Consciousness classes, I went in to change my life. I just knew my life had to change, and you know what? My body changed. And then when my body changes, my life changes. And you guys, and not from the place of like, oh, well, of course your body changed, and so you're prettier, you're more acceptable in the society, so of course your life got easier. It's like, not so. Even when I was gaining weight, my life got easier because my body was contributing to it. You know, it's really, it's about the energy that we all are, and that is all around us. So, you know, today the topic of the show is creating the energy of you with your body. And, you know, when we dance around this subject a lot as we're talking, and I really just wanted to be right up front with it and have a very obvious conversation about how your body actually contributes to you, okay? You know, one of my other favorite topics, which I know if anybody's ever heard any of the shows or been in any of my classes or workshops or telecalls, you're like, you say your favorite thing all the time. Who says you can have only one favorite thing? Pretty much everything every day is my favorite thing, and I like it. It's one of my favorite things. beings. Anyways, um, so I talk a lot about communication with your body, and a lot of that rebuilding that communication with your body does start with things that take your body into account. And what I mean by that is, one of the places I suggest people start when rebuilding that communication with their body is things like eating, because who eats, you or your body? Your body actually eats. I'd really like to see an infinite being someday eat. I kind of have an image of something like from the movie Ghostbusters, that Ghost Slimer, how when he was eating off the cart and, he puts the food in his mouth and it goes straight through him. That's kind of what I have as an image for like, oh, the infinite being eats. No, actually, your body eats. It's the your body's belly. It's your body's taste buds. Is there a correlation? Does your infinite being experience the pleasure of it? And does your infinite being feel the effects of those foods that maybe your body didn't want to eat and you ate anyways? Yes. So there is a correlation, but it's not actually your belly. It's your body's belly and taste buds, right? So, that is something that your body communicates to you that involves your body, right? It's with your body. Another one of those things are clothes. Some people have a lot of points of view about food. And so when rebuilding that communication with your body, I'm like, okay, we'll start with the clothes. I mean, women have the stereotype of changing their clothes a million times in the morning. Men can do that too, I swear. And so, the worst thing that happens if you ask your body what it wants to wear and you put something on and it doesn't quite feel right, then you put something else on until your body goes, yes, thank you, that one. So the worst that happens is you have a pile of clothes that you have to re-hang up. Or, yes, sometimes maybe you're a little late for wherever you're going. So, that's another thing that is with your body, and also like sex. Really, folks, whose body parts are getting put together? You, the infinite being, or your body's body parts? Whose body parts are playing with whose body parts? I mean, you call it body parts. Hello. All right. So, these are just a few of the things that people, when they look at communication with your body, these are a few of the things that really come to the forefront because it is a place to start to rebuild that communication, and it is obvious. People go right to it. And sometimes when you're not listening, these are some of the things that smacks you upside the head, or your proverbial infinite being head. Because it's like if you eat something your body doesn't desire, you pretty much know it afterwards. You feel sick, or you feel bloated, or you suddenly gain 20 pounds, or you suddenly lose 20 pounds. And, there's a number of things that go on there. And, same with the clothes and sex and things like that. So a lot of people have that as the end result for communication with your body. And you know what? That's a great one. Honoring your body by asking it for everything that pertains to it. I facilitate, or I share that tool in every workshop or class I facilitate because you really need to. It's that old song. That's a horrible song. I just realized the words. If you want to be happy in your life, make an ugly woman your wife. That Calypso song or whatever. Okay, that's a horrible song. But maybe we should say, if you want to be happy in your life, listen to your body. Make your body happy. I like that better. I like those words better. So like I said, for a lot of people, just feeling better in their body is the target of their life, and and that's great. And for me, with Right Body for You, that is a part of it. But one of in addition to bodies feeling better, one of my targets with Access consciousness tools and the Right Body for You tools in the workshops that I get to facilitate all over the world is, what else can the body contribute? What else is the body aware of that doesn't necessarily have to do with the body itself? What if your body can communicate more to you than it's hot, or that it's cold, like mine, it's cold, or that if it's hungry, or what it desires to eat, who it wants to have sex with, or what it wants to wear? What if it's actually so much more than that? What exactly can your body contribute to you, okay? So I have a list of a bunch of things, and if you guys, want to share some of your examples, I would love to hear them. Feel free to call in or go into the Skype chat room. We're having fun with this. I do have a list. You guys, I love my list. You love my list. So what's fun is, for me, one of the greatest things my body contributes to me is awareness. Not just awareness. Oh, sorry. I was reading from the chat room, not just the voices in my head, you guys. I was reading from the chat room when they were saying she has a list and totally. And so, like I said, it's not just the voices in my head, you guys. If you would like to actually see the voices in my head typing, go to a2zen.fm and go to the chat room. You don't have to download anything or anything for it to work. It just does. So type in your name, and then you can join in the fun chat room. And you can meet them, as they say. All right. So, for me, awareness, not just for, and when I'm talking awareness, awareness is that in basic terms, you get to know what's going on, okay? When you're doing awareness, when you have an awareness, you're like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, over here. It's like, aha. It's all those ahas or ohs. That's what I needed to know. Oh, right. All of those kind of moments, okay? Awareness. Is it always comfortable? Heck no. And I hear that a lot. It's like, well, it can't be an awareness because it wasn't fun. Well, you know what? Awareness isn't always fun. Awareness isn't always bad. Awareness isn't always good. Awareness is just an awareness of whatever's going on. I wrote a fun article, and I don't think I've posted it anywhere. It was in the Access Consciousness newsletter, but I don't think I posted it anywhere. I will. Awareness, just because it's an awareness you don't like doesn't mean it's not the awareness that you're asking for. Earlier in this year, because it is December 30th, 2015, so, year in review, early in this year, I had my appendix out, and, I've done some radio shows on that, and it's a very interesting experience. And when I asked my body, 24 hours before I actually went into the hospital, I started feeling sick, and I'm like, okay, body, what is this? And my body's like, appendix. It needs to come out. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. And so I completely dismissed the awareness because it wasn't an awareness I desired. It wasn't the outcome I desired. And so I dismissed it. But it was actually the awareness that I was asking for, okay? So when I'm talking about awareness, that's all it is. It's just an awareness, a piece of information, that aha moment, okay? And so for me, my body is one of the greatest tools of awareness that I have. And when combined with my body, I'm sometimes unstoppable with that. The only person who can stop me is me when I'm actually communicating with my body and I have awareness of everything that is going on, okay? So we're going to take our first quick little break. When we come back, I'm going to get to the list of some of the things that my body helps me become aware of. And, some of them are obvious, some of them not so much. And what else is possible beyond it, okay? All right, this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You on a2zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Oh no, January 1st is coming up and I need to set my New Year's resolutions. That is how most of us react, and then default to what everyone else has decided is what we should change. But what would you actually like to change or create? Join me and a group of potent creators the first 4 days of the new year in the teleseries called Kickstarting the New Year. You'll receive 4 90-minute live calls filled with tools to create clarity on what it is you truly desire to create and be, and the tools to create that desire with ease. Go to Donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com for more information and to sign up. Kickstarting the New Year. What would you like to create in the new year? The world can't wait to find out.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. Welcome to a body show that's a little bit different because, you know what, this body show includes your life. Just like I facilitate Right Body for You workshops all over the world, and people go, this isn't a body class, it's a life class. And it's true. Your life includes your body, and your body includes your life. There's a great symbiotic relationship between it, and this is some of the things that I like to explore. Okay, those are all the kind of things I like to explore on the show, so welcome. If it's one of your first times joining us, welcome. If it's your second time, welcome. If it's your year and a half time joining us, welcome. And I want to know how you got ahead of me. Hey, time isn't real, I know. I've been doing the show about a year and a couple months. So if you're a year and 6 months into this, let me know how I'm doing. I appreciate hearing it. All right, so today the topic is what your body contribute to your life. And I do talk about that a lot. Hey, your body can contribute to your life. And so I thought I would bring out some very obvious things, talk obviously, right up front, in your face, about the things that your body can contribute beyond what it wants to eat, beyond what it wants to wear, and beyond who it wants to sleep with or not sleep with, depending on how the conversation goes. All right, so we were talking about awareness because before the break, one of my, yes, Keisha, brilliant, in the chat room, she goes, co-creators of the show. Bodies are that. I love it. All right, so, because I do, you guys, when I plan the topics or make my list that I know you guys love, I ask my body. I include my body. I'm like, okay, body, what shall we share today? What information do you have that we would, you would like to get out there? So it truly is a co-creator of the show. And so on that subject, one of the things my body does greatly for me is give me an awareness, okay? And I looked it up during the break because I could. And so this basically awareness is the state or condition of being aware, having knowledge, consciousness. Aha. So you wonder why body tools would be a part of a company called Access Consciousness. Yes, maybe, might be something to that. So with that, my body gives me awareness about everything that's going on, you guys. It's not just about, like I said, food or sex or clothing. My body gives me awareness of daily life. And what's interesting is so often we communicate with our body and we don't acknowledge it. So, for me, one of the greatest tools I get to share in Right Body for You is to acknowledge these things so it stops happening accidentally, and you actually strengthen that muscle of communication. And so you become quicker, faster, and have more ease with this kind of stuff and awareness and communication. And, I don't know, your life and maybe your body, all right? So, for me, with the awareness, it's kind of interesting. Like yesterday, I had this lovely lady who comes to clean my house, and so she was here in the house, and I was on a business meeting call. I was on Skype, and so I was chatting away with my business meeting, and, all of a sudden I felt like a movement of air, what would this reality would describe kind of as a movement of air. And I'm like, which actually, because my body was experiencing this, I stopped and I asked a question. I'm like, what's going on? And then, once I did that, I was able to hear the head of the cleaning lady who was like, oh, crap, I need to tell her I'm leaving, and she's on a call. I don't want to interrupt her. And so I told my Skype meeting, and I'm like, hey, hold on a second. I think my cleaner needs to leave. And so I ducked my head out. The relief in her universe, she was like, oh, hi, good. I just want to let you know I'm leaving. And, then we had to make a few arrangements for the next time. So, but you guys, if you look at it, it actually started with the awareness of what this reality would say is movement of air. But, really it was just the movement of the energy. Because as my cleaning lady was projecting the thoughts at me of, oh, crap, I don't want to interrupt her, but I need to tell her I'm leaving. Oh, crap, I don't want to interrupt her, but I need to talk to her. Oh, crap, what do I do? As she's thinking this, she's actually projecting that to me and moving energy. And so as the energy moves that is all around us, my body, which is this amazing antenna of awareness, of energy, of the shift and change of it, made me go, oh, wait a minute, something's shifting and changing. I could perceive it in my body. I became aware of it, which then made me go, question. So, yeah, I did have physical sensation. Somebody asked it, or did you have a physical sensation as well? Yeah, that's what I said. It felt like something, like air was moving, okay? So that's what my body felt like. It felt like air was moving around me. And so that was one of my first indications. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, And here, you guys, that whole conversation in my head took about that long, or less time than it took me to snap my fingers, if you guys could hear that, okay? Because the communication is so instantaneous, back and forth, boom, 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 boom. At this point in time, hey, I'm willing to know if somebody in my house is thinking about me and projecting things at me, if there's something I need to do about it, okay? So, and it created ease for her, created ease for my life, and I was able to interrupt my meeting in a time which worked for me. It was great, and that's just one of the things of where this starts to happen, okay? And another thing is, like, I get awareness of weather lately. This is a new one for me. It's kind of interesting because you guys have always heard those old wives' tales and stuff like that. It's like, oh, somebody breaks their leg or their knee, and so every time their knee hurts, bad weather's coming. Watch out, and things like that. And what if that's not far off? What if there's a reason those kind of things, those stereotypes are created? And what if you don't have to break anything for that to happen? Okay. So what's interesting is, since I've been home, I've kind of been really watching the weather. You guys are friends with me on Facebook. You know, I've done a few posts about it. I'm intrigued. So it was interesting. So I was one night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and my body was experiencing this stillness, which is interesting to experience stillness. It's kind of like one of those things like, one time when I was going through an airport in a country, it was a small country, and the airport had like 2 gates, so it was a small airport. And when I went through the security line, they checked my bags, and I sent it through the computers and everything through the scanner. And then I walked through the metal detector, and I'm like, well, that didn't feel right. Something was weird. And I mean, you hear these words, feel, your body feels. I'm like, something felt weird. And so it wasn't until I got to the lounge, I went, oh my gosh, my body didn't feel like it had been scanned, x-rayed. It didn't feel anything. I'm like, and I turned to my friend I was traveling with. I'm like, I don't think the metal detector was on. And she's like, what? And I'm like, well, I didn't ask the question, but I became aware of it then, that my body, as I go through an x-ray machine, has a particular sensation, feeling in it. And so when I walked through the metal detector in this little small airport, I'm like, I didn't feel it. It was kind of like the absence of it. Somehow I had conditioned me and my body to go, oh, this is what it feels like when I go through a metal detector. This is what it feels like when I get scanned. Because, let's be honest, I'm at airports a lot. And so when it was the absence of it, I was like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. My body didn't have that same experience. So it's interesting sometimes how we start to become aware of these things, okay? So for me, I started experiencing this stillness of the air. And I'm like, I don't think the air is moving a whole lot. And I had a different sensation, you guys, than like feeling the air and it was the energy, because it is air, it is energy. And so every awareness does have that element of energy to it. But this one, it was really cool, you guys, because the air was actually still. And I'm like, is it going to snow? And this was weeks ago. Then I was excited. I'm like, it's going to snow. I didn't know it wouldn't stop. But anyway, so I'm like, oh my gosh, is it going to snow? Is it going to snow? Because it's still, like right before a storm. It's still, which is curious. I don't even know how I technically knew that, but yet I knew it because my body was giving me this information, okay? And so oftentimes bodies can help you hear things and understand things and know things that you don't even know you know. It helps you get to your infinite being awareness. Oh, it's pretty cool. I'm a big fan. So I check I have 2 weather apps on my phone because apparently my phone came installed with one and I installed another. And so I checked the first one and it said it's going to be very cold tonight, 0% chance of precipitation. So I'm like, okay, no snow. I'm like, well, let me choose the one that wasn't installed. Maybe the one I installed is, better quality. And so I checked that and it said like 5% chance of precipitation. I went, all right, fine. I could be wrong. My body and I could just be like, okay, whatever. And I didn't actually self-judge. I was like, okay, interesting. Wonder what is going on. So I went to bed but I walked around the house. Before I went to bed, I walked around the house just going, it's just so still. The air is so still. You wonder what's coming. So I'm sure you guys don't have to know the future to know what I'm going to say next. I woke up. It snowed a lot, and it hasn't stopped. But it was really interesting. It was the first time in my life that I acknowledged that awareness of the stillness before the snow, okay? And listen to what I'm saying. I acknowledged it because I guarantee my body's told me it before, but this is the first time I acknowledged the information and awareness coming from my body, okay? So we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the power of acknowledging these awarenesses, okay? Because there is a potency, an amazing potency that may actually be the change you're asking for in acknowledging things, okay? All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A to Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm.
Have you ever been on a land that was so joyful that your whole body lit up? Or swam in a river that brought all your cells to life? What if you are the gift the earth has been asking for? For the first time, Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here are facilitating a class for the earth with the earth and inviting you to connect to the earth in a way that you may never have before. What else is possible with the earth that you've never considered? The Earth class is a special 3-day class designed to give you the tools to create change wherever you go on this beautiful planet of ours, with the water, the land, the air, and people. It's inviting you to let the Earth know you are here and for the Earth, to touch you and let you know it is here for you too. You're invited to join Gary and Dane in Houston, Texas, or online January 24th to the 26th. Go to www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass for more information. All proceeds will go to El Lugar, a nonprofit foundation dedicated to creating greater ecological possibilities. What kind of world would you like to live in? What future are you here to create? Just go to www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass, January 24th to the 26th. www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. And Right Body for You is actually not just a radio show, folks. It is actually an amazing set of tools that were created by Gary Douglas, the Access Consciousness founder, and Dr. Dane here, over many, the co-creator of Access, over many years, and, for the past 5 years or something, or 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, time isn't real, a while, I've had the honor of contributing to the Right Body for You program, the growth. I got to be a part of the book. Being a part of the next 2 books that, hopefully will be done in the next year. Actually, they will be. And I get to facilitate workshops all over the world. And I get to do radio shows like this, and I get to do teleseries, and I just have so much fun with it. I get to play with so many people. It's been... Like I said, it's been fun to contribute to the creation of the Right Body for You program, to see people actually building that communication with their body and actually choosing ease for their body and having their body choose ease for them. And it has been a gift in my life and in my body's life, as my body contributes to change every day. And you know what? My life changes every day. It's always an adventure. All right. So today we're talking about, shockingly, bodies. I know. But what contribution your bodies can be to your life. And not just from the place of what it wants to eat or what it wants to wear or who it wants to wear. Haha. You like, see where I did that? Instead of saying sex, I said who it wanted to wear. Like I said, I at least make myself laugh. All right, so, and for me, thanks, Keisha. Thanks for throwing me a bone. Keisha is the one of the producers in the chat room. She's like, yes, very clever. I'm like, thank you. All right, so, you know, your body is actually a tool of awareness, you guys. It just is. It's a source of information for everything that's going on around you, in the world, not just around you. And by the way, around you doesn't actually have a limited scope. It doesn't have a limited field, like FIELD. It's not a, oh, well, my body and I can know everything that's going on the top floor of my house. But even things that maybe are on the bottom floor of my house are technically closer to my body. There's a floor that becomes a ceiling in the way, and and that's like a real big barrier. So it's easier for me to allow my body to give me information for this floor, because there's something about that horizontal that kind of works. But I'm sure I couldn't have any awareness of anything like that would be happening below me or above me or beyond my house, because I could be aware of things in my house, but I'm sure my body and I couldn't be aware of anything in the house next door, because that's just silly, because there's more walls. Like I have a wall and then they have a wall, and there's like air in between and bushes. So I'm sure, there's a dog in there somewhere, I'm sure. Squirrels. And, that coyote that chased or wolf or whatever that chased the deer through my fence last winter. True story, by the way. It's out there somewhere too. So, but how often do we actually do this to ourselves? And cars, yes, somebody in the general cars, of course, you can't see through cars because of metal. It's like Superman. He can't see through steel. Was it steel? Lead? Sorry. Lead. He couldn't see through lead, so it's like, he had to wear lead underwear or something, so, you could hide things because he couldn't see through lead. Same thing with awareness. And you guys, I'm teasing, I'm sarcastic. Hello. One of my superpowers, sarcasm. So, but how much of that, as I was saying that, you're like, yes, I can. Were any of you going, yeah, you're right, I can't? Nope, that's true. That's just true. You're like, no, you're like, well, no, I can be aware of that. Great. Would you choose it? Anything that doesn't allow it, destroy it, uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, buckle, nice, shorts, boys, and beyond. Because ask your body. Does your body have a limited range of awareness? No. Can it actually be aware of something on the other side of the world? Absolutely. Can it be giving you that information? Absolutely. Can you have the information? You, the infinite being? Absolutely. But your body, you created your body as a tool of awareness, so would you be willing to use it? Okay? For more than to know if it's snowing, it can also be used for other things. Like, you guys remember a few years ago, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 or something, I don't know. And that huge tsunami that ripped through, wow, I'm sorry, you guys, I can't even think of it. But, we had a huge tsunami about 15, 20 years ago. China, thank you. This is why I love the chat room. Anyways, and what was interesting is your body can actually give you some great level of awareness of danger and the future, okay? And I love this example because it also involves the earth. Okay, so big tsunami's coming. And here's the thing. By the time the tsunami hit, it actually started a long time ago. It's usually, tectonic plates shifting in the ocean or earthquake in the ocean or, something like that. Or, sometimes it's the earthquake on another continent and it changes things and pushes the water, and the opposite continent gets hit with a tsunami. I find the earth fascinating because, you take away all the water, we're not as the continents aren't really as separate as we think they are. We're all just kind of islands. And if you take away all the water, we could actually walk everywhere. It would take a while. And there's the Marianas Trench. Obviously, it's a big one. We need a bridge. But, really, it's all connected, which is how this tsunami came. So this one, was, I forget, it was either earthquakes or the tectonic plate shifting, one underneath the other. So the tsunami starts that rumbling in the earth, okay? And I've done a few radio shows on connection between the body and the earth. Okay, so the earth is stirring. I'm shifting these things, and so it's going to give the water momentum, gravity. Here comes the tsunami. So what if it's possible for the earth to communicate this to our bodies, right? And then your body to go, hey, you know what? Listen, I know we're taking a flight, and I get it. It might be a better seat if we go through China, but you know what? Let's not. It doesn't feel safe because, by the way, there's a tsunami that's going to hit. And as much as I like water, this is your body talking, as much as I like water, I'm a part of water, I don't actually want to breathe water. So what if we go another direction? And this is exactly what a few people in Access actually happened, is they were supposed to do a layover where the hardest part of the tsunami hit. And at the last minute, they had that sensation, that anxiety, right? You guys know how that anxiety feels in your body. You have that anxiety, you have that unsure, you had that nervousness, maybe little shakes and like, I don't feel good. I kind of feel nauseous, and maybe you know what? I don't want to go. Let's change our directions. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I don't want to go. And so this couple, who is actually the Bowmans, which has written a lot of the Access books, they changed their flight plan right at the last minute, and they avoided that whole area during the tsunami. So it's like it started with their nervousness, the unsure, that anxiety. What if that unsure, that anxiety isn't a bad thing? What if it's your body telling you something? It's a physical sensation because your body has feelings. I know we sing songs about feelings, nothing more than feelings. But who feels? Your body feels. You emote, or we pretend to emote, like emotions. I'm sad, I'm angry, things like that. But your body feels. It's those physical sensations. And so when we do that, when our body is doing that, it's like, what if instead of going, I'm so anxious, it's such a badness, it's such a wrongness, it's like, oh, what is my body telling me? What do I need to be aware of? Thank you, body. You're not a bad thing for being nervous and all shaky and all sweaty right now. What do I need to become aware of? Thank you very much. Okay? And yes, and exactly, how many of us over in the chat room, not the voices in my head, how many of us learned to override those signals? And we haven't talked about the acknowledging yet. And so we need to take our last little break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about that I am going to talk about that acknowledging thing and the strength and potency of it. And so that when we acknowledge it, we stop overriding those awarenesses, okay? All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Oh no, January 1st is coming up and I need to set my New Year's resolutions. That is how most of us react, and then default to what everyone else has decided is what we should change. But what would you actually like to change or create? Join me and a group of potent creators the first 4 days of the new year in the teleseries called Kickstarting the New Year. You'll receive 4 90-minute live calls filled with tools to create clarity on what it is you truly desire to create and be, and the tools to create that desire with ease. Go to Donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com for more information and to sign up. Kickstarting the New Year. What would you like to create in the new year? The world can't wait to find out.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
Tour guide. And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am Donnielle. I am your host. I am your body tour guide, and quite often your giggle leader. I know, like I said earlier, one of my powers is sarcasm. And one of the things I hear most in my classes is that the potent change that is created, that people create, it comes with that humor. It comes with that laughing. It's like, tears can do a lot, so can humor. And so we tend to have a lot of fun. We tend to have a good time in our classes and workshops, which, before I run out of time, I wanted to invite you guys to the new teleseries, Kickstarting the New Year, which starts in 2 days. Can you believe the new year is in 2 days? Blows my mind. It's a good thing I have lost my mind years ago, because I guess there's nothing to be blown. Anyway, another topic. So January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's a 4-part, quick little boom, 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 4 days in a row to kind of kickstart. That's, what's called Kickstarting the New Year. And it's to help you actually get clear about what it is you desire to create. I did a video recently, we can put it on the radio show page, about how it's not just the goals or targets that this reality says we should start at the new year. It's also about the goals and targets, getting rid of the goals and seeing what you'd actually desire to create. But it's really about the energetic goals as well. And the video explains all of that. It's like targets that you might not actually find on a piece of paper. List the New Year's resolution, list the goals. All right. Well, the first part of the series will be getting rid of everybody's projections and expectations of what they think, first of all, what goals should be, what resolutions should be, so that you can actually get clarity on what they are, what you'd like to create. Okay. What would you actually like to create in the new year? If it wasn't something that this reality tells us, what would you actually like to create? And then the second half of the series is all about contributing to each other to create that, to get that ball rolling, to share our gifts and talents and our awarenesses that we have with each other. So I'm really excited. You can go to Donnielle.com to find out more about that. And also accessconsciousness.com. You can find me, sign up, or Facebook page. The beautiful Christine is putting it on the chat room right now. So, all right. So, and somebody in the chat room is talking about, oh my gosh, there's all these things we have to unlearn because we've overridden these body's awarenesses that are these awarenesses our bodies are telling us all the time. And this is the power and potency and strength of acknowledging it. Because when you acknowledge it, you can't brush it off as a coincidence. You know, I could have said, oh, well, wow, it's such a coincidence that I felt like it was just still and quiet before it snowed. It's not a coincidence. It's an awareness. And so when you acknowledge those awarenesses, you show up the next time stronger. And what I mean by stronger, not that you can lift a car up your head, which, hey, that would be cool, and I've had, need for that occasionally. If you can do that, let me know. But also the next time, remember the whole thing about doubt or can't do it? Well, that stuff starts to go away. That, oh, it can't be real. That stuff starts to go away. Because the more you acknowledge these awarenesses, the more you go, well, of course, when I'm in the middle of a business meeting, I can actually hear my cleaner's head going, I don't want to interrupt her. She's in a business meeting, but I have to tell her I want to go. It's not a coincidence. It happens. This is what's going on. Or when I was getting a massage last time, my masseuse going, wow, I'm really surprised your muscles are so sore because you've been home. Which, I made a video about that. I haven't released it yet. I'll do it. About movement. It's like it wasn't a coincidence. I heard this. I was aware of this, okay? So that doubt, that coincidence, that want to brush it off, that place that tells you that hearing somebody's head, having an awareness of an earthquake, or knowing if another person's body is about to get ill, doesn't fit into this reality. Because you know what? It fits into my reality. So when you acknowledge these awarenesses, the potency is that it becomes your reality. It becomes who you are. It's not a coincidence, you guys. It's who you are. It's a talent. It's a capacity. Awareness is something you have innately, and so you get to be it. When you acknowledge it, it becomes reality. Not outside of this reality. It becomes your reality. It becomes like, well, of course. Like my nieces and nephews have stopped being surprised when I know what's going on with them, even though they haven't told me. Like, I'm out of town, somebody puts metal in the microwave, and I go, who put metal in the microwave? Oh, John did. Oh, I'm like, aren't you surprised I know? No, we always know you know things. Because it's become their reality that I know. And what would it take for me to help them to know that they know as well? Okay? And this is one of my targets for my lifetime, is to help you guys know that you know. And receiving the awarenesses from your body, not just about it, but about everything, and that acknowledging it and the potency, that's where you start, okay? All right, so I hope you guys listen to this one again. It's fun. I laughed. I know I had my producers cracking me up. They're in the chat room going, I love her sarcasm. Thanks, me too. It's a superpower. And thanks, you guys, for joining me. I hope you join me for kickstarting the new year. I am so excited about that teleseries. We're going to have so much fun. The energy of it is building. My body and I perceive it, baby. It's coming. And I hope to see you in a Right Body for You workshop in the new year. I am all over the place next year. I will post them in the next few days. And it should be an interesting travel schedule. So I hope to see you. I hope to hug you and your cute little body, because you know what? Each of you is a gift to me. I know I sign that a lot, and you guys are like, yeah. It's like, you are. Even if I've never met you, even if it's just been an email, you're a contribution and a gift to my life and my body. So I am so grateful for each one of you. So thank you. You're a gift to me that keeps on giving. It's the Christmas gift I don't want to give back. So thank you very much. All right, you guys. So you know what? Make it a fun week. Make it a happy work week. Enjoy your New Year's. Keep your awareness on, and be back next week. Because you know what? I will be, and I hope to see you there. And enjoy your body, because you know what? It's enjoying you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.